Hello all, my name is Adonis and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a general love reading for all of my Taurus out there for the month of January. So without any further ado, let's jump in and see what the cards have to say, alright? Okay. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Sun, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Some cards I need to see, some cards I need to see. Who's coming towards my Taurus during the month of January? Who is coming towards my Taurus during the month of January? Who is coming towards my Taurus during the month of January? Show me cards you need to see. Show me cards that I need to see. Alrighty, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Damn, you crazy with the water signs. That's for sure. Okay, so right off the bat, we got somebody that's just waiting for the ships to come in, okay? You know, in other words, they shot their shot. They're like, okay, here, I think we should be together. What's up? And they're just waiting to see what happens. So it's on you. This happens to be a younger water sign individual here, okay? Page of Cups here, okay? Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio energy. Also, there is another water sign individual here, Queen of Cups individual. Nothing really remarkable about this individual other than the fact that they want to really be down and be loyal to you, okay? So this is somebody, you will recognize this person because this person is really kind of pouring it on thick, like, listen, I want to be with you. I think, you know, there's nobody else in this world for you, you know, for me but you, that type of thing. So they're really kind of poured on thick because they really want to be, you know, really think you guys make a really good couple. This happens to be a water sign. Now, there's another individual here. We have the Queen of Swords energy, okay? It's a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius, okay? Now, this individual is pretty much, you recognize this individual because they're going to tell you how it is. They're pretty much straight up. I call this my no BS card, no bullshit card. This person tells you how it is right down the middle, and they use a whole lot of logic as well, okay? So they're just being logical about the situation, like, listen, okay? Here's the thing. I like you, you like me. I'm good looking, you're good looking. We should be together. You know, so it's pretty much just a logic-based perspective. It's pretty, in their eyes, it's pretty simple. I'm digging you, you're digging me. All these other cats are scrubs. What do you say? So that's pretty much the kind of energy that's going on with this air sign individual. Now, apparently, there's been a, you know, they're aware of the other individuals because right here we have a 5 of Swords here. So this individual this air sign individual is aware of the other people in this spread here, and they're like, hey, you know what? They're trying to figure out to themselves, again, logic based, okay? Should I stay and fight for this individual, stay and fight for this situation to try to, you know, convince this person that, hey, we should be together? Or should I stay? That's pretty much what's going on. Should I stay and fight for this? Or should I just walk away? All right? So that's pretty much what's going on with that. We also, then we have a water sign, another water sign individual, okay? And this person is just flat out in love with you. I mean, there's really nothing else to say about it other than the fact that this individual is straight up in love with you, period. But they feel like they've been left out in the cold. They feel like, you know, maybe this is somebody at one point you went out on a couple of dates with. Things were kind of popping. You know, they took it like, wow, you know, we really got a lot of good chemistry here. This is really going to be the beginning of something really beautiful. Very, you know, something really fulfilling. And you were like, nah, not really. And so that's what happened with that situation with this person right here. They feel like they've been completely left out in the cold. They thought, you know, you guys were moving in one direction. Turns out you were moving in a totally different direction. And kind of like news to them type of thing, okay? And finally, we have a fire sign individual here, okay? Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And this person has a lot of sexual energy and passion for you. All right? Now, with that being said, You know, they're kind of looking back and crying over spilled milk here, like, yo, you know, like, so, you know, the fact that they're looking behind it is not exactly that they're looking back on anything that happened with you. They're looking back at their own past, thinking about probably a similar relationship that they've had with someone else, and they're kind of looking back on that. They're crying over spilled milk. So this would absolutely probably be, with this fire sign individual, most likely would definitely be a rebound situation for sure. Okay, so that's what's going on with that. So with that being said, let's see, what are your blockages? What's really blocking you from really being able to really fully endeavor in any of these situations? So what are your blockages? What kind of blockages do you have? What kind of blockages do my Taurus have? What kind of blockages are my Taurus dealing with? What kind of blockages are my Taurus dealing with? What kind of blockages are my Taurus dealing with? What kind of blockages are my Taurus dealing with? So cards you need to see. Taurus that I need to see. Okay, here we go. Well, right off the bat is that, again, these are your blockages, okay? These aren't your strengths. Your strengths are going to come next, but these are your blockages. So this is not necessarily a good thing, all right? So, Eight of Cups. You'll walk away quick. You'll walk away quick. You really won't even give anything like a second, a third look. Like the first time, if it doesn't resonate with you, if you're not feeling it, you're like, you know what, I'm done. I'm out. So you're pretty quick about walking away. You'll walk away quick. All right. Second thing is, you're not really happy. Nothing here is really fulfilling you on multiple layers here. None of the individuals in this spread are really making you happy. All right. And that's really what the overall prevailing theme here of your blockages are, to be honest with you. You're not really happy with any of the choices that are here, really. The Hangman. You'll put the brakes on, but you'll put them on and on and on. Like I said, you're quick to walk away. So, you know, your temperament when it comes to things that don't exactly get your attention right away, you're like, fuck it, I'm done. And that's really what's going on here. Like I said, you'll put the brakes on, but you put the brakes on a little bit too much. All right? Got Chariot card. Charge. You take charge. You know, you're taking charge. You're controlling the situation. But you may be a little bit too controlling. Okay? You're a little bit too controlling. You want things a little bit too much your way. All right? You know, like I said before, you're not really even giving you're not really even giving things time to really marinate, you know, to really kind of get a feel or a vibe for a situation. You know what I mean? And sometimes that could take more than just one meeting or maybe being around a person for maybe like, you know, a half an hour or so. You're pretty much like, if I'm not feeling you within like the first 20 minutes, it's a wrap. That's what's going on with that. So again, you want to be too much in charge of the situation. You want to control the outcome a little bit too much. Okay, to the point where I dare say it could come off as being a little bit controlling. Okay. Ace of Swords. Mental clarity, removal of mental blockages. So again, these are your blockages. Okay, so that may sound like an oxymoron to you, but here is how it is not. You're doing things so quickly. Okay, because in your mind is either you're in or you're out. Either you're in or you're out. Either I'm feeling you or I'm not feeling you. Okay, and you're doing it very rapidly, very quickly. Okay. So like I said, there's no mental blockages at all with you. It's like a straight, it's like a straight pass-through situation, like boom, 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 real quick. But the problem is that it may be a little bit too quick, all right? And things With you, you're pretty much just streamlining through things. You're not really getting the real flavor of a situation. There may be some qualities of an individual here that may take a while for that individual to kind of warm up to the situation. You know what I mean? Sometimes people, you know, they take a little bit of time to thaw out. You know, when you first meet somebody, sometimes you're kind of tense, okay? But to you, it's like, fuck it. This is not no dress rehearsal. You either get it right the first time or you're out of here. That's what's going on here. You want to slow down with that a little bit, okay? So that's pretty much like you said. There's no dress rehearsals with you. It's either you get the lines nailed the first time, or you fucking out of here next. That's pretty much what's going on. So you may want to slow that down a little bit. And you know, with you, you know, practice is the real thing. You know, the practice game is the football game. That's, you know what I mean. So that's what's up. Everyone else thinks you guys are just scrimmaging, and you know they don't know that you're like, yo, you know, this is the time right now. You know, this is the game we playing right now. There's no warm-ups. There's no practice. And not everybody can come to the game like that. Some people have to take time to kind of warm up to a situation, warm up to you to kind of get a feel for you so they don't say the wrong thing or act the wrong way or something like that because they want to put their best foot forward. But because you're pretty much so rapid with it, you're ruling them in and ruling them out. By the time they warm up to the situation, you already ruled them out. So again, this is a blockage. So just be aware of that. In addition, here we got the Knight of Wands. So as far as passion goes, like I said before, you know, your passion burns bright and burns hard. Okay, and like I said, a better word to use for this would be no nonsense. You right now, you have a no nonsense perspective on things. Okay, so you have a lot of passion, a lot of energy, and you're like, yo, let's if you really feeling somebody, while we messing around, while we playing games, let's get it in. Let's get it in. We gonna be together. Let's be together. You know, and like I said again, you know that. For some people, that may be a little bit too quick, a little bit more too direct. Okay? Ten of Cups. Long-term committed relationship and things of that nature. Again, this may be seen as a blockage because, you know, you're looking for that Mr. or Mrs. Right. Okay? And more importantly, you're looking for that Mr. or Mrs. Right now. Like, right now. Not tomorrow. Not next week, like right now. Again, this sense of immediacy, okay? And, you know, like you're on the clock here. You need to kind of you may want to slow that down, okay? Because that's pretty much what's going. Things are moving too rapidly at a pace here. You need to kind of slow it down and kind of get the feel, the flavor of a situation, okay? So, with that being said, let's see what your strengths are. What kind of strengths are you doing? What kind of strengths on my Taurus dealing? What kind of strengths are my Taurus is dealing with? What kind of strengths are my Taurus is dealing with here? All right, right from the jump. So, your strengths are, you will take a leap of faith. I mean, it'll be a quick leap of faith, but you'll take the leap of faith nevertheless. Okay, you'll take a leap of faith. You'll like, I'll give anything a shot. But they're on the clock, so you will take that leap of faith. But okay. Also, another strength is 8 of Swords. You get this thing into focus. 8 of Swords here. Okay? So, you're not going to be blindsided. You were in the past, you were blindsided, feel like you were trapped. Now, you know, you don't want to feel like you're boxed in, which is probably why you kind of rule things in and rule things out quickly. Okay? Because you don't want to get the sense of being boxed in or you know, forced to deal with someone that you don't want to. If you feel like there's no chemistry, you know, and if you can't do that quickly, you're like, nah, fuck it. It's not going to work. I'm out. Okay? Because you have felt boxed in the past. Three of Cups. Having a good time, involvement of possibly a third-party situation. Again, these are your strengths. You ain't having it at all. At all. You're not down with that third-party situation whatsoever. Okay? And that's really, you know, because quite possibly in your past you've dealt with a third-party situation. You're like, no way, shape, or form am I going to be dealing with and even in terms of, well, there's alcoholism involved and they're like partying, celebrating, and a third-party involvement, even accidentally and on the okie doke. You're like, nope, not having it at all. I'll rule you in. I'll rule you out quick. And that's pretty much what I'm feeling here, is that maybe some shenanigans, chicanery went on in the past. You're like, not this time. I'm not going to deal with this at all. Okay? Four Cups. Which means that you're being offered something you don't want. And one of your strengths is, you know, even though you may do it, again, I want to stress. See, this is kind of like a double-edged sword here. Because, again, you do things quickly. Someone's offering you something that you don't want. You're like, nah, I'm not interested. But the issue is that you do it rather quickly, okay? Maybe a little bit too fast. But the strength part of it would be like, well, you're not going to waste time. You're not going to lead anyone on. That's for sure. Someone's offering you something you don't want. You'll let them know I'm not interested in it. Okay. The only issue here may be, you know, it happens a little bit too fast, but you do it. So there's going to be no mystery here. If you're not interested in someone, it's right that you let them know, because, you know, so you don't lead the individual on, but you do it pretty quickly. All right, which could end up being a little bit of a problem. And finally, here we have the King of Swords. And so you are very, as far as emotions go, you are very strong emotional individual, very solid individual. And you make the tough choices quickly. Okay, you make the tough choices, but again, like I said, you make the tough choices, but you make them quickly, which may give people the impression of you being kind of cold. You're not cold. You just don't have a whole lot of patience for what you consider to be bullshit. And so that's pretty much what's going on here. So with that being said, let's see what additional information the Spirit wants to give before I shut this thing down here. What additional information the Spirit want to give before I shut this thing down here? What additional information the Spirit want to give before I shut this thing down here? Some cards I need to see. So, divine discernment. Step back and find clarity. All right? So, Spirit's trying to say is kind of like what I've been kind of hinting at a little bit, which is it's cool that you do it pretty rapidly, but you may want to use a little bit more discernment when you're doing it, okay? You know, Spirit, of course, like you to be divine discernment, but you may want to use a little bit more discernment. Be a little bit more kosher with your when you're you know breaking away from individuals. Basically, it's here. You don't have to be so, you know, cut and dry. Okay. Dream Sanctuary. Which is, you know what? The kind of individual you're looking for, okay? It's, you know, what you're doing is you have a certain type of individual, okay? A certain type of vibe, a certain type of energy that you're looking for in an individual. And mostly this individual is someone that, you know, you've been able to manifest in your dreams, and there's a perspective, there's a thought that you have of who this individual is going to be. Spirit's saying, you know what, nothing wrong with that. Continue to do that. Continue to have that that image of and that energy, how it's going to feel, how it's going to look, you know, because at some point you'll be able to manifest that into reality. So Don't lose that. The whole theme of the issue here is just be a little bit more smoother about it. Just, you know, right now you're pretty much cut and dry. And finally, me time. Enjoy your own company. Okay? Which is the other theme here, but it was kind of a little bit underlined here, is that, you know, you may be spending so much time looking for that right individual that you're not really spending enough time on figuring out what'll make you internally happy without having that connected to somebody else. Okay, this rapidly, you know, ruling people in, ruling people out, you know, it's kind of coming off like there's something that's missing within you. Okay, something missing within you. And maybe once you find out what that is, okay, you discover, that's what I said, it said me time. Once you discover what that missing part is maybe you'll feel more comfortable to kind of slow things down a little bit and give things some time to marinate a little bit, okay? Instead of just being quick with it. You'll give it a little bit more time to marinate, to gestate there, once you feel that part of yourself that you need to be filled. Because right now, with this whole rapid succession of just like rapid fire, just ruling people in, ruling people out, you know, it's almost as if you're missing something within yourself, okay? So, that's pretty much it, guys. So with that being said, I'm going to shut this thing down now. This is a general. I love reading, of course. If it doesn't resonate with you, hey, that's cool. You want to know something that's going to resonate a little bit more to your particular situation, feel free to get a personal reading, and links and everything are down below. If it did resonate with you, hey, that's even better. Also, feel free to get a personal reading, links below. If you haven't already, please like, please share, please subscribe. And make sure that you click that notification bell also. Some people are not getting my notifications till like 2-3 days later when I drop my videos. So just make sure that you click that notification button, guys, okay, to make sure you get all of my stuff. I'm dropping a whole bunch of videos, some intuitive stuff too, so I want you guys to get all that, all right? So I love you guys. My name is Adonis, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.